Good morning. It's been a while since I've been online. Missed you all. It's been a pretty hectic period that I've been through over the last couple of months. Had exams. They were a challenge on its own, and then jumped into a bit of work. Had some projects. Been flying around doing different things, and now we're here. So keep all of that stuff real general, because there's some things going on in the background that I just want to keep in the shadows for now. I'll announce them in due course, but safe to say I've been working away pretty hard on a few things. So I'll leave it at that. The main reason I'm jumping on today, I haven't done one of these in a while, and I thought an experience I had yesterday warranted a bit of commentary, I suppose. So I got invited to come and present to this startups advisory committee, and it was super interesting. We'll get into details soon, but when I got invited, I thought this could be a good opportunity to meet some people. I'll give my 2 cents on what I've been working on, and they'll give me a bit of advice. I didn't really know what I was getting into at the time. As someone who had recently graduated from university, invited me around, so I thought it could be a good opportunity just to hear some advice from different thinkers, different brains, and hear their 2 cents on how it could improve the business I'm trying to build. So I got prepared. I got my PowerPoint all together and made sure it was looking crisp and everything. And then I entered the room, and when I walked in, first of all, it was like in this fancy conference room. It was quite cool. But then when I walked in, there was a lot more people than I thought there'd originally be, which was good. More brains, more people to give their input into what I can improve on. But what astounded me was the type of people in the room. They most of the room had PhDs. Most of the people had PhDs, which is pretty incredible. I haven't been in many rooms like that. Some of them had taken companies public. So they've been managing very large organizations. Some of them had exits. Some of them had different expertise in tech or AI or biotech. Everyone had their niche of business. Some of them were analysts. So a really incredible room to be in. And then there was me presenting my startup, which was a bit of fun. So first thing, when you go into these things, it's best to be prepared, right? Because you don't want to waste anyone's time. I don't know the caliber of the people that were going to be in the room, but I tried to be as prepared as possible. So I had my presentation. I made sure that everything in it was true, and everything that I said was on the ball, and made sure that there weren't too many cracks. So that's the first thing. The next phase, after I presented, which went on for about 10 minutes, then they had a bunch of questions. So while I was presenting, they were all typing away, I assume, on a Google Doc where they could all, which they could all look at the time, and they just hit me with question after question after question to see what my thinking was, see where the holes in my business were, to check what the strategy was, and where I thought the business could go in 6 months, 12 months, 24 months time, to ensure that that I wasn't just spinning a yarn. I mainly talked about what I imagined the business would do currently, so short-term goals, and then where I believed it could be mid to long term. And the thing is, when you have a lot of smart people in the room, you can't trick them. You know, they can see right through if you don't know. So that's the second point. If you don't know something or you don't have the answer, the key is not to just wing it and hope for the best, because they'll know that they aren't stupid. So the best thing is just to own it. Say, I don't know what the answer to that question is. Do you have any advice around that area? And all of them were willing to give their 2 cents and their advice, and some of them are happy to catch up with for coffee afterwards. So it was a really neat experience, because it's not often that you have incredibly brainy people in one room giving you their advice. Some of their advice was blunt, which is good, because it allows me to rethink some things, and it allows me to see it through a different lens, and then I can go away and make improvements from there. But it's not often you get in the rooms like that. And now it was almost like everyone was just blunt with their advice and criticism, but every bit of advice was valuable. Everything was well thought out, to the point. It made sure that everything made sense that they said. You know, they really criticized with an aim to make the thinking better, or to make the product better. So it's like being in a room of 15 to 20 people, and they're all vouching for you. They're all coaching you on what you can improve on, which is pretty neat, because sometimes you walk into rooms and you say what you're doing, and people give advice without having the background to give that advice. So you take it with a grain of salt. But being in a room like that, where there's an advisory committee and they're all super competent, they're super onto it, it just puts a different spin on things. Everyone knows their stuff, and everything that they say has weight behind it. So you can take that away and go from there. And now I've included them in my network, and I can go back to them and ask for more help if needed, or I can return to the committee once I've fixed those holes, or actioned their points that they advised on. So pretty neat experience. If you ever get the chance to do something like that, I highly recommend it. If you're a student in Dunedin and you want this experience, hit me up, because I can put you in touch with the right people to make sure that you can put your startup through the same experience. It's invaluable when you get advice from highly competent people. Everything has weight to it. Every bit of advice has weight to it, and you can choose to take those recommendations on board, or you can choose not to. It's your choice. But at the end of the day, it's really valuable what they said. So that's what it's like being in the room. I wasn't too shaken or nervous being in that room, because I guess when you go into an opportunity like that, there's a bit of excitement. You don't know quite what to expect, and if you're well prepared, then it makes all the difference. I guess that's where the confidence came from. And at the end of the day, they're just people, right? So if you ask the right questions, you show respect, you make sure that you're not wasting their time, because they're definitely not wasting yours. Then it's worth the experience. And it's even if you are nervous about these sort of opportunities, it's good to present to people, because it gives you a lot of skills. It allows you to go outside of your comfort zone, and you'll learn a lot about yourself and about how you can improve for next time. So it's just building blocks. If you don't enjoy this sort of thing, then it's good to jump outside the comfort zone in order to get better for the next one. It's definitely invaluable. Just about comfort zone. There was a time when I hated public speaking. I didn't really enjoy getting in front of the camera. There's still moments that I get nervous, but I'm a lot better now. But I guess what changed all that is I started a podcast and I started posting on social media because I thought, what if I could eventually get to a space where I could jump on anytime, spin a yarn, and it wouldn't even affect me. So yeah, incrementally, my confidence grew, and now here we are. I can do that anytime. But going back to the original point, if you get a chance to jump in front of an advisory committee, grab it with both hands because you don't know who's going to be in the room at the time, and sometimes it can be pretty incredible. So that's all from me. It was a cool experience. Hope to jump on the lives more often because I've been neglecting it a little bit over the last 2 weeks and beyond because I had exams. But now I want to rock and roll and get back into them, jump back on the horse, and hopefully spin some more yarn. So that's all from me. Hope everyone's well. Have a good end to the week. It's Wednesday, always a good day, hump day. Get through the week, smash it on a high, and then into the weekend. So that's all from me. Hope everyone's doing well. Peace.